what do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea? We take blood? Can you do it without taking blood? We both use condoms. How is this possible? I want to see a doctor. Can I have an independent blood test?
Hey, money!
I feel sick.
What are you doing?
Mens rea! Oh! Oh! My God!
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, however many times you're doing it, and, you know, all that other stuff. I'm just glad you're doing it here with me, Legal Vices, on this little channel that I like to call Legal Vices. We have got a lot to do here today. We have guests, our guest co-hosts, our fellow thespians, waiting backstage. We insert thespian joke here. We will move on. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button. Please go down there and hit the like. I haven't given you a single thing to like yet, other than me being 5 minutes late. But hit it anyway, because you know it's going to be a good show. Just do it now while you're thinking about it, and take our really, really bad poll. Today's like and subscribe poll. Hit like, subscribe, and vote. Did you hit like and subscribe? Yes, no, or come on, you can do better than this. I know I can do better than this. That's why I put it up there. That was literally me drawing a blank. But as you know, the very first thing we got to do here is the cocktail of the day. And then we're going to dive straight into the dramatic reading of the Depp v. Heard. Today's cocktail is called the Man o' War, not the big blob that lives in the ocean. This is named after the racehorse that won 20 of 21 races, but weirdly never ran in the Kentucky Derby. Won the Preakness and all the other major races, but didn't run in the Derby for some reason. Anyway, let's make this thing. Start out with 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Pour it into a nice mixing glass. Then you're going to want to add 2 ounces of bourbon. Let me pour off the bourbon here. And I'm doubling this, so, you know. That's how I roll. Then after you add your 2 ounces of bourbon, add 0.5 ounces of Cointreau. Then add 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth. Nice, good red vermouth. Next comes the magic. Add 1/2 ounce of Luxardo cherry juice, not maraschino cherry, Luxardo cherry juice. It is amazing. And once you're done with that, give it a good old stir for about 30 seconds to make it nice and chilled. You want to get your glass nice and chilly. Stir, stir, stir. And then strain it off into a glass with a large block or cube of ice and enjoy. Oh, see, I know how to measure my pores. And then for the garnish, add 2 or 3 Luxardo cherries and an orange wedge. And there you have your Man o' War bourbon cocktail. That is so good. That cherry juice is so amazing. All right, everybody, that is out of the way. Let me quickly bring up our guests so they can talk while I clean. And first, we have Ozzy Overlord. Second, we have Megan Fox. Let's start with you, Ozzy. Grift yourself here at the beginning. Let's get off on the
all
right
that fancy crap, and all I'm doing is cracking a cold one.
Yep.
How you doing, folks?
You've been working on the Southern egg.
I'm trying. I may or may not be on my full game. In my old age, I had to have a nap before this because it was a hell of a day at work. But aside from that, it is what it is. How about you, Megan? How you doing?
I'm not good. I have a sinus infection. I'm so sick.
Oh, no shit.
I've got my footrest up already, and I'm like reclining. I'm so sick, you guys. It's not even funny. Remember last week?
Out in an hour.
Remember last week when I was sneezing? Well, that was the beginning.
Yeah.
And I have been so sick, I thought I was dying. So if I have to hit the mute button today, that's me dying and coughing, shedding my lungs or whatever the hell is happening.
Did you
It's
shed
bad.
your lungs?
The lining of my lungs is coming out. I swear to God, it's so bad. I'm dying, guys. I'm dying. So I can't even grift because I can't even think. My brain doesn't work. Sorry.
No, and you have to leave in an hour because you got to go out and about.
And get this. So I just sent my kids to school. I get a call from school. The little one is getting sent home because she says he's sick, and I'm like, he wasn't sick when he left the house. I mean, he has allergies. He's always congested because he has seasonal allergies. But she says that his eyes are puffy and red, and I'm like, well, he has allergies, but are they sending this kid home for having allergies? I mean, that's going to be...
In today's day and age, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
well,
for anyone that follows me on Twitter, I had to go and get my daughter because she had a massive ass splinter in her finger today.
Oh.
Went to the doctor, got there, and the woman behind the desk like, yeah, you may want to consider coming back tomorrow. There's 36 patients ahead of you.
Oh,
and there's 3 doctors on. And I'm just like, yeah. And then and we got home. Thank God the wife was able to pull the splinter out herself. But I mean, ordinarily would have left it. But this thing was big. Like, it was a big splinter. And so I'm sitting there, like, massively trying to console the little one. And, like, we're giving her ice cream, lollipops, and that sort of thing just to distract her while we pull this thing out. And about 10 minutes after we finally managed to dig this thing out, and she's sitting there, like, rubbing her finger going, yay, it's gone. I get a text message from the doctor saying, oh, by the way, you're up next in room 7. We left 3 hours ago.
Oh, my God.
Jeez. Thanks, everybody.
Well, it doesn't help also that my son told his teacher that we all have COVID. And I'm like, no, we don't have COVID.
Well, that's
the nurse was
That's
like,
helpful.
The nurse was like, yes, he told us that you all have COVID. I'm like, no, we had COVID weeks ago, ma'am. Weeks ago, before school even started. Nobody has COVID. And then, of course, I'm going to go there to pick him up and be coughing. Actually, my husband went. But yeah, and then I got to go to another school meeting for another kid at 10. Or when I leave here at 10, that's where I have to go. So, sorry.
Wow.
It's a day. It's already been a day.
So, all right. Who remembers where we were?
We were I
just
think Amber
getting
was getting on the stand.
Yeah.
Amber had just taken the stand.
And I rewatched this over the last couple days while I was wasting away in bed. I watched the trial again just to see the sidebars. And oh my God, there are some hilarious ones. And this is where Elaine starts going, well, what if any? What if any? What if any? Like,
yeah, this is what if any day.
Yeah.
And let's see. I'm trying to find the exact line. If anybody has a page number, that would be helpful. I'm trying to find.
You were wondering where we were on pages? Well, I wasn't following along that way.
Yeah.
Hayden was though.
I'm having a look. Where are we?
I've got my judge. Oh no, I'm coughing.
Oh no. Okay, we have her yelling at the court clerk. That was the previous day. It's not your problem.
I think I had to get a hair up. Hair up, glasses on.
Right. I think this is where we are. I think we're on day 16.
Did we finish Herd's sidebars on day 15?
We must be at the end of day 15 then.
Okay.
We haven't got to Amber Heard testifying yet. We stopped.
That's what I was thinking. So I think I've got page 4157.
That's what I'm thinking too. And
okay.
Chandler will be here momentarily.
I've got my wooden spoon ready instead of the gavel. I can't wait to hear what the judge said to Elaine.
Oh. I think some of these get a little bit blue.
Blue?
Which would be nice.
Not.
Is that another thing there?
You mean that means depressing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. For us here,
mean?
it's both depressing, but it can also mean you use the more colorful language, shall we say.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, I got us on 4168.
4168. Okay, I shall move on to the next page then.
Okay. Now, before we get going here, let me bring these things up. Let's go. Brandon with a $5 super chat kicking us off tonight says, "Love those lost Portuguese sailors. That's a good cocktail. I'm happy I introduced everyone to that. That is a fantastic.
Those Luxardo
cocktail.
cherries, by the way, are
Yes,
amazing. I have
they
a
are.
huge can of them, and you're absolutely right that juice, the Luxardo cherry juice, is the only way to make a Manhattan, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Never use the bright red candied maraschino cherry.
Those things are awful. Luxardo only.
Luxardo juice? Luxardo juice? Fancy. Lol. And silent PS. You'll thank me for it because it's a different world. Oh, I think I even have all the ingredients. Gonna have me one tonight. Oh, do it. You will love it. It's absolutely refreshing and wonderful. And Vicky Hatherley with just £2 because Vicky Hatherley is that awesome. Thank you so much. Sweet vermouth. Is there a sour vermouth? No, but there is a dry vermouth. There's an Oro vermouth that's kind of between sweet and dry. But yeah, so there you go. Sweet vermouth, dry vermouth, and the in-between vermouth. They can't decide what it is vermouth. All right. We've got a lot of ground to cover, and you have a hard out, Megan, so we should probably get on with this.
Order in the court. Let's get this thing started.
Now we got to figure out how we're going to divide all of this because B Handler isn't here. We've got Mr. Dennison. We've got Ms. Bredehoft. We'll worry about it as we go along.
All right.
All right, let me bring this on up. Present screen. Get rid of side. And embiggen. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I embiggened it too much. That's what she said. All right, we will start here on line 7 with you, Mr. Dennison.
Your Honor, can we approach?
Okay, yes, sir.
All of this is beyond the scope of cross.
Well, I mean, you put the audio tape in.
Every audio tape comes in because I asked about one thing.
Oh, we have B Handler here right now. We have Chandler right here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My alarm didn't go off. I slept through it, or it didn't go. Something happened. I'm here.
Something happened. You happened. That's what happened.
I arrived. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Megan. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Chandler has arrived. So, Chandler, really quickly here, tell us a little bit about yourself, then we'll jump straight back into it.
Oh, I'm Chandler Remington. I'm a paralegal from Los Angeles, California, and I don't know if I'm playing Amber Heard today, but if so, I guess I'm going to have to be up to the task.
You're always up to the task.
I mean,
Remy_legal. That's where you can find her.
Yeah, you can subscribe to me at Remy_legal. I'm on Twitter and on YouTube. And I would be very happy if you followed me at either place. I do a regular stream on Fridays called F Feminism, and this week I am doing that stream with Andrew Branca. So I am looking forward to that. I hope to see you all there. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday.
Okay. Super. We actually haven't got to the Amber Heard part yet. When we were seeing that is it last week, I just noticed this because I'm observant sometimes. Where'd we go? Sometimes. When we are looking at, well, that's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work at all. There we go. When we're looking here where it says Ms. Heard, they're listening to a recording. So we're still on cross-examination here real quick for just a moment. So let's start back here at line 7, Chandler. Court. Okay. We'll go back to resuming our proper places. Mr. Dennison and then Megan is court, and you guys just hang out. Megan,
Your Honor.
We're at 7, right?
Continue, Ozzy. Yes.
Okay.
Is it me or is it Megan?
It's you.
It's you. Megan just looked kind of. I was just calling her back to earth. She looked kind of.
No, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Your Honor, can we approach?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All of this is beyond the scope of cross.
Well, I mean, you put the audio tape in.
Every audio tape comes in because I asked about one thing.
It's
Elaine.
the same audio tape.
It's the same audio tape. This is the last, correct?
Yes.
Thanks.
Open court. And scene.
All right. This is Dennison again going, oh my God, I brought in the tape so they get to enter it into evidence. Oh dear, how did that happen?
Hmm.
All right. What do we get? Elaine?
I presume it's got to be Elaine asking the question then.
Yeah.
Right. What is your opinion? What do you think as a clinical psychologist specializing in IPV and trauma?
Objection, Your Honor. Can we approach?
Sure.
We're about to launch into yet another undisclosed opinion that's not reflected.
This is from cross-examination.
I know, but it's still an opinion. I mean...
Yeah, but if it comes up in the examination, I didn't raise that with her. This is something he raised, and I can ask her about it.
You did ask her about it, but I don't think her opinion on it is a different matter.
Well, I'll try to rephrase it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead. And Chandler's is open court and scene.
Well, I wasn't sure if that was still going to be a thing because
It's still a thing.
Hayden kind of.
I know Hayden
keeps
skipping it.
He keeps like
He's
surfing
anxious.
right past the sidebar.
He's loving
part.
this. He's so into this. He's got so much drive that he needs to get onto the next sidebar.
Okay, I realized that I have a setting issue. I have to come back in a different browser, so I will be back in like 5
Why?
seconds.
What's your setting issue?
It's my microphone. I realize I'm in the wrong browser. I'm using Microsoft Edge, and it's apparently too non-Mac-ish for my laptop.
Chandler edging again. All right. We'll take care of this while you're
Good
gone.
Lord.
Jeff,
What?
Jeff,
Objection.
be a serious adult. Nobody wants to hear your jokes.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
nobody
That's what I'm
wants to
raised
hear them.
No.
Yeah, all right.
no, they're-
Go ahead, Mr. Dennison at line 13.
May we approach?
Okay.
Sidebar.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd like to make an oral motion to strike those portions of Dr. Hughes' testimony that exceeded the scope of the disclosure, including all evidence related to the MMPI-2, her views on personality disorders, and her testimony related to the various communications she had with other doctors as to personality disorders. None of that appeared in any of the 4 disclosures she made. The MMPI-2 information was Dr. Curry's disclosure, and she had every opportunity to rebut it.
Your Honor, those needed to be made simultaneously if he was going to.
I did object.
Oh, I don't agree that you did simultaneously object. And they were in the disclosures, and they were in her deposition. I read through the deposition last night, so I don't think there's any basis whatsoever for striking any of these.
This is exactly the conversation we had yesterday, where we asked opposing counsel where in the disclosure does it say...
Right. And I sustained that objection.
Exactly, Your Honor. Sustained the objection.
But it was much broader testimony. I made repeated objections.
I'm going to overrule the motion, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Open court and scene.
Thank you very much. You're good at that.
Thank you. I try.
All right, but now you're on. This is the beginning of Amber Heard's testimony.
Okay, I better give me 1 second. I'll be literally like back in 2 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2. You didn't come back. Nah. While she's doing that, just a reminder, everyone go over to Aussie Overlord, like and subscribe him. Go to meganfox.locals.com, subscribe to her local channel, and Megan Fox. What's your YouTube handle? I've forgotten. It's been so long.
I'm not really sure.
Just search for Megan Fox Writer and it'll come up.
Yeah, no, that won't work. Yeah, it is. It's at Megan Fox Writer. That's what it is.
Paperback Writer. All right, go ahead. B Handler. Start us off. I will start us off with a questioning. All right. And does this accurately depict the scene portrayed?
It was one of those scenes as embarrassing as it sounds now, I don't know what scene this came from. There was a lot. It escalated quickly, fast, and it became...
And it became, I'm going to have to turn your microphone up like 8 million %.
Oh.
All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Say hi, Chandler.
Hi, Chandler.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Amber, let me ask this in a different way.
Thank you.
Is this a picture of you? Is it an accurate picture of you?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm going to move the admission of 1783. Uh-oh, we've got a problem here.
What's
Okay, never mind. Hayden is Miss Vasquez.
Oh,
Wait, why?
fuck.
Why? We're just gonna go to the sidebar. Chandler can do it.
That's a
Because
good
Miss
point.
Vasquez does the side. Okay, yeah, you can do
I
that.
have
Yeah, that's fine.
historically played Camille, and I would prefer to keep my
Yes.
role. I mean, if I'm
I
gonna,
would prefer if you do it too.
if you're gonna make me play Amber, at least like make me play. Let me play Camille.
You're ready for your close-up, Mr. DeMille.
I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, Your Honor, we have an objection. May we approach?
Okay, sure.
Sidebar. Your Honor, this is a photograph that was produced after the close of Discovery.
Okay.
We object on that basis, and yeah.
This is one of the pictures that Craig Young identified. Gave it to both of us at the same time. There were a number of pictures that both sides got when he went through the different time periods
Right.
and produced the pictures. And that's where that came from. We both got them at the same time. There's no prejudice.
The prejudice is, Your Honor, that these came from devices that were in Ms. Heard's possession, custody, and control. They represented to court several times when you granted our motion to image Ms. Heard's devices that the devices had previously been imaged. Why this photograph and a number of others weren't produced is a problem before the close of Discovery.
There were hundreds of thousands of pictures, Your Honor.
Right, but if you wanted to use it in trial, it should have been provided in Discovery. That's why we have Discovery cutoff dates.
We didn't discover it until then.
Then I'll sustain the objection.
Okay, thank you.
Open court.
So this is Bredehoft complaining that they can't get a picture in. Why can't they get it in? Because they didn't turn it over during Discovery. And she's like, but there were a lot of pictures to look through, Your Honor. See, this is the thing. She didn't say someone gave us this picture after the cutoff date. She just said there were a lot of pictures to get through, implying we didn't get
do
through
our
all of
job.
them. Yeah, they didn't get through
Yeah.
all the pictures before the cutoff date.
We didn't hire enough interns to
Which
go through the
personally-
photographs.
I actually don't buy that. I don't buy that this is ineptitude. She did not hand over her devices. There was a reason she didn't hand over her devices. It was because, in my opinion, she faked a lot of those photographs.
Yeah.
And she didn't want them to figure that out, and the metadata expert would have seen that almost immediately. So they stalled, and they didn't turn their things in, and it created this problem. And honestly, the funny thing about it is you can read it as ineptitude because this team has been incredibly inept. It would be easy to see that it was that, but it actually, in my opinion, wasn't. I think it was intentional, and I think it was obfuscation on the part of the defense counsel. Just saying.
Well, and as fellow attorney and host of the MG Law channel, Mr. MG Law himself says that's why you have Discovery deadlines, dumbass.
Well said.
It's pretty much what the judge said.
Without the dumbass part, but she was thinking it real
Yeah.
loudly.
She was thinking it. That's why we have Discovery cutoff dates, idiot.
And I like how she's like, but we didn't discover it. That's not what discovery means, Elaine. It means you have to discover it to the other party.
Yeah,
And
Ron
Ms.
used the word.
Leslie, 229 says, just bought my first home. Wanted to
Oh,
share.
congratulations.
Oh,
Congratulations.
congrats. That's lovely.
No, it's a big accomplishment. Thank you.
Now you
Thank
rent
for
from the
sharing.
state forever. Congratulations.
Yay. The bank owns your house for the next 30 years.
And then the state owns it after that, unless you pay
But
them
you
the
have all the
taxes.
responsibility.
Yep.
Yes. The dumbass was implied. Yes. All right. I just like that. If you wanted to use it at trial, you should have given it before the deadline. Okay. Oh, wait. Now, yes. And we'll start here with 9. And does this accurately depict the scene portrayed?
It was one of those scenes as embarrassing as it sounds now. Wait, didn't we do this one already?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. That was the one we just did. Because I'm dumb. Oops,
Wait,
now we've
no.
gone back in
Yeah.
time again.
Whoops.
Right. I have done wrong. I have sinned. What have I done? Don't touch buttons, dumbass. All right, where do we? Okay, that's. What the hell have we done? Where are we?
I don't know. You keep going backwards. Go forwards.
I know. I was just making sure. All right.
Keep going forward.
Okay, we're not this far along. Something has happened.
No, you went. Why are you going so fast?
Something has happened here.
Oh Lord. All right, this is where we are.
Was that where we are?
I think so.
We haven't done this one yet, though.
Oh wait. All right.
So that means you have to go back one more. Nope. See, we haven't done this one either.
What the hell? What is wrong with this thing?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying
Jeff,
something.
get your heck together.
There we go. This is the one we just read.
Yeah.
Well, see, it happens when.
Oh damn it! I was muted. 42:56.
Yeah. Thanks. Now we figured it out. Because what happened is I apparently, at some point, unbeknownst to myself, double-clicked on these stupid arrows.
Oh, no.
Which took us to parts unknown. So here we are now. So, everyone, just, I know, Katie, just stop touching it, Jeff. I shouldn't touch it on camera. I know. Go blind, which apparently I've already done, because I can't see where we are. All right.
Well, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you do that again. Just saying.
I don't care how you hold me as long as it's tight.
I'm pretty sure she brought her spoon, Jeff. She means serious business.
I did.
Oh, I hope so.
I did.
All right.
Just saying.
The wooden spoon is at the ready. Can we move on?
Yes, line 16.
Oh my God. All right,
Your Honor,
Camille.
I'm going to object on hearsay.
All right. Do you want to approach?
Yeah. Sidebar.
Michelle, I'm sorry. Could you make it a little bigger just so I can see it? I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Thank you. All right. So you're wanting to get this entire...
That's what she said. Your Honor, this is the reason that we submitted a brief this morning, because we think that there are a number of hearsay exceptions for these communications. One of the most significant
Hold on. Wait until she comes back.
Well, that's fair.
Okay. Well, got to go through line by line. Which one do you think, okay? So who is this text between? Let's get that straight.
This is a text between she and her mother. Her mother's now deceased.
Okay, so she and her mother, okay.
Her and her mother. Damn it, people. I think the most significant one that we want to get is the blue one.
The blue was Amber. I don't know what to do. He's texting saying he wants to talk today. I haven't answered the text back. Okay, so what issue? That's clearly hearsay. What's your exception to hearsay?
Okay, now I want you to see this. This is the beginning of the day-long attempt to explain to Elaine Bredehoft
what is hearsay.
What hearsay is. It takes most of the entire following day for her to kind of sort of get a semi-basic grasp on it.
Christ.
All right. Because it's stating the exception is this is the present sense impression objection. Holy Christ. Exception is present sense impression. First of all, because under the rules, and that's why we filed the bulletin on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it's stating what's going on, what she's expecting at that time. We also think that it's sort of state of mind and present physical condition exception.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I wanted to bring to Your Honor's attention is that we believe that these are prior inconsistent statements.
Well, she hasn't been impeached yet, so you can't do prior inconsistent statement or can't do prior consistent statement. That's an easy one.
Well, and I understand that.
That's only on redirect. You can do that on redirect.
Well, I understand Your Honor's ruling on that, although I think that they have already done so during their opening statement.
No.
But taking that one aside, in the cases, Your Honor, in present sense impression, this is something that she's stating at the time.
Right. I've read your brief. I understand that. But the thing with present sense impression is it's present sense impression, not past sense impression. So present sense impression has to be something that she's involved with at the time. Can't be a past, he called me and texted me, he wants to talk today. I I haven't answered back, that's not a present sense impression.
Okay, and just real quickly, what the present sense impression is. I mean, hearsay is generally excludable. You can't say someone told me this, but under a present sense, now I'm talking like Elaine. Under a, God dang it.
Would it
Under
be
the
more
present
like
sense
text? What if the
impression.
text had said, see if I can get this right, because I've never heard of this before. If the text had said, he said he's coming over in 5 minutes to beat the shit out of me, is that present tense impression?
Well, you would say, I mean, it's your impression of what was happening at that moment.
Yeah. So
description
yes.
or an explanation of the event.
If it were he called me, he texted me and says he's coming here in 5 minutes. He's coming here now to hurt me. That's present sense impression.
Yes, he's coming here to hurt me.
But he called me and he texted me and he wants to talk at some time today. Well, I could see that wants to talk today. That's present future, right?
Yeah, so it
called
like
me and texted me part, not so much, but wants to talk today, a little bit.
Yeah, so if you're standing in the park and someone is trying to murder you by knocking a tree down on you, I couldn't say I heard somebody. Ordinarily, you couldn't say I heard somebody say that he was going to cut the tree down and kill you. But if I could say that we were in the park and this lady, she screamed, "The tree is falling down."
Yeah.
And I could say that was a present sense impression. She's like, "Holy God, the tree is falling down now." Right. Not Hayden is planning on murder. I heard someone say Hayden is planning on murdering you with a fallen tree. So as you're saying,
it's literally a statement that describes an instance or an event as it happens or shortly thereafter. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not giving a retrospective. It's not giving a prediction of what's going to happen. It's literally, oh shit, this guy has a gun. He's shooting at people as we speak. It's not, I heard someone has a plan to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Right.
And so now we need to cue Bredehoft frustration, Vasquez lording it over everybody, and extreme exasperation on the part of the court. So that's not a present sense impression. And then the last one is the state of mind and present physical condition exception. And that's for the current state of mind. Emotions, sensations, or physical conditions such as enhanced motor design, mental feeling, pain, and bodily harm.
Okay.
Line
9. Go ahead. I know it was a new state of mind.
Your Honor, it's not a state of mind. This is a text saying we don't know when she said that in relation to whatever...
What she's talking about.
What she's talking about. That's not a proper way to bring in hearsay.
Okay, all right. I'll sustain the objection, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor, I'll be continuing to try with some of these others.
You can keep continuing, but present sense impression is present sense impression, so...
I mean, she's saying I don't know what to do.
That's hearsay. Clearly hearsay, okay? I'll sustain the objection.
Open court.
And this is the beginning of the downfall.
Oh my God.
Amber, start us off with your answer to this question where it's highlighted.
First, I just wanted to have someone to talk to about how scary it was. You know, the rage and the uncontrolled violence, the rage that this man had, and why it just... objection, Your Honor, hearsay, may we approach?
Okay.
Sidebar. Your Honor, she's characterizing hearsay, and she is...
She said she confided in her mother, but she is starting to characterize what she said.
I don't think she was characterizing. I think she was saying what she felt. I didn't hear the...
Well, she was kind of saying... What was she saying? What she was saying. I'll sustain the objection. If you're close, we can have our break whenever you feel like you're at a good breaking point.
This is a good time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so now we're reaching the breaking point here in more ways than one. And all right, is this... I'm so excited to get to the big one. I can't wait to get to it. I keep thinking the next one is the big one.
Oh, I feel like I need a tissue to dab my eyebrows with when we get there.
And to hide your cocaine in.
Yeah, exactly. Or menthol or whatever that was.
Like let's wait until we get to the spot. All right. And is this the picture that you sent to your mom on 3/23/2013?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, I'm going to move the admission of 170, just that particular, that picture that's on the text.
With no words?
Well, it says from 2 weeks ago.
Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
She didn't have to make the objection. The court's sustaining it. I mean, if we redact the from 2 weeks ago, can we admit it then? And then just have the showing that she sent it to her mom?
May we approach, Your Honor?
Okay, sure.
Sidebar. This is highly prejudicial. She just read into evidence hearsay.
I sustain the objection.
I know.
The jury's been instructed about if I sustain it. They're not to. They'll be instructed again on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I hate it when judges think that. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it when judges just assume that, well, the jury is going to do exactly what I tell them to do, and they're not going to be, they're not going to be swayed by hearing hearsay read into the record. How do you know? Actually, what you should do is hold the lawyer in contempt who did that and make a big deal out of it so that the jury knows this is very serious. But when you're just like, well, they'll be instructed later. Instructions don't fix everything.
Right, and if there is an instruction, they shouldn't just be instructed to disregard. That's far too vague. You have to give a much more, in my opinion, detailed instruction on that particular offense, especially if it's an egregious offense.
Yeah, even if it's to go
they can't hear it.
Even if it's so little as saying, oh yeah, by the way, jury, you need to disregard that because the lawyer was not supposed to say that, or something like that. There needs to be some sort of reprimand, for lack of a better term, in favor of the other side. I agree with that.
Elaine is in and of herself egregious. So
yeah,
she's just
I like that word.
All by herself.
I think it applies for sure.
Well,
where did we leave off?
We're right down here with Ms. Bredehoft. I just want to have the top show that she sent it to her mom and what date, and then we can redact the from 2 weeks ago and just show that she sent the picture because Your Honor has already ruled that's not coming in.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so
everything else is redacted. Oh, shut up, Jeff.
On the page, shut up, Elaine. Everything else is redacted on the page except just the picture and the date. Is that what you're saying? The date underneath it? There's a date underneath. 3/23/2013, 1/29.
Well, we would have to show that she sent it to your mom.
Okay, everything else redacted.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Open court.
Yeah, I think there should be an admonishment of the lawyer in front of the jury too, MG Law. I agree. I don't understand why judges don't do that and why they just rely on jury instructions.
They should make them march around the courtroom with everyone going, shame, shame, shame.
Or at least stand in the corner for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes in the corner, Elaine.
Right. Well, I mean, the problem is that you can't unring that bell. And so if a lawyer says something out loud that is, going to make an impression on the jury that the jury's going to perk up their ears and they're just like, oh, disregard that. They're not going to be able to disregard it. They can't unhear it. It can't just go out of their brain. They're going to remember it. It's going to leave them with some kind of impression. So you have to be clear about it.
We've got the cocaine table now. Let's start up here at the top with line 21.
Oh.
This is the cocaine table picture.
Okay. It's a picture I took of my breakfast table that morning.
Your Honor, I'm going to move for admission of Defense Exhibit 167A.
167A. Any objection?
Your Honor, may we approach?
Sure.
Sidebar. The picture appears cropped to me, so is that the full size, or is it cropped? Or is it just showing this? I think that this photograph is many different...
I'm sure there's different forms of it, but if she's saying it's an accurate picture, even if it's cropped, that just goes to the weight of it. That's fine.
Okay.
Any objection then?
No.
Okay, so 167A is an evidence you can publish.
So may we publish that?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Elaine! I just said you can.
I knew you'd like that. Thank you, Your Honor. I knew you would like that.
You're not listening, Elaine. Open your ears.
All right.
She's not a very good
Well,
listener.
shoot. No, she's not.
And she's not very bright.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hicksville. The Hicksville incident.
Oh,
I remember
So Hicksville was in May of 2013. Did there come a time that you wrote an email?
objection, leading, and hearsay, Your Honor. May we approach?
All right.
Sidebar. I'm trying to do this preemptively,
All right, that's fine.
just so we don't have any more slip-ups, but this is an email that Ms. Heard claims she sent to herself.
Okay.
Hearsay.
Okay.
And there's no exception that applies.
Hearsay. So what's the exception that you offer?
That's a very good question, Judge Penny. Hold on a second. Let me...
This one is definitely present sense impression and mental state, Your Honor. She's saying how she feels about all of this.
Okay, it didn't happen in May. This is from June 11th that she's sending it. It can't be present sense impression. She's not
talking about this Hicksville now. This is a juncture in her relationship, and she's writing the letter to him, but sending it to herself, saying how she feels.
It's hearsay. Sustain the objection.
Thank you. Open court. Oh, God.
Isn't that the most absolutely R-word tarded that you've ever heard in your life? Thing you've ever heard in your life? She's not talking about Hicksville. This is a juncture. She's writing the letter to him, but sending it to herself, saying how she feels.
I remember that letter. It was something that she had saved in Gmail, and she wrote this whole narrative basically about what happened in Hicksville. So it's her interpretation of events from over a month later, and I love that Elaine thinks that that's an acceptable form of evidence and that that's not hearsay. It's literally Amber says.
Yes, a statement a month later is definitely not present sense impression.
Oh, God, I just can't get over. Remember all that stuff that they proffered, and it was literally all hearsay. It was like the therapist knows, and everything was hearsay. And it's just like these people don't understand what hearsay is.
All right, we are done with day whatever that was, 15, I believe.
15.
Oh dear.
Oh God, they're still talking about Eve Barlow. Jesus. Oh man. Eve.
All right, so this is day 16, and the judge Askarate's descent into madness heightens. We're gonna really, really miss you when you've got to leave here.
Oh no, am I gonna miss all the good stuff? Damn it! Let's just hurry up.
Okay, well let me do something here. It's meow or never. My love won't wait. Sorry, it's meow or never. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You know what wasn't on my bingo card of life? Looking forward to listening to Sidebars being reenacted. Big SO to you, Jeff, my favorite law tuber. Well, I hope Ozzy and our two law tube adjacent people, Megan and Chandler Remington, who will be a law tuber in a relatively short period of time. So I hope they're all on your list too, because hey, they're on my list. Thank you so much for that. And Daily Quick Bites, Legal Vices preview, but without spoilers. Does Ask Karate ever go full Gunnery Sergeant Hartman on Elaine? She does it in a very judgeful sort of way, keeping decorum, but the biting, scathing things are in the ether. And with that in mind, let's move on to our first sidebar. There's lots of exhibits here, so we can forget the exhibits. Control F, search for sidebar, bang.
By the way, I'm sorry I didn't have an elaborate hairstyle for my role as Amber this morning. If my alarm had gone off. Okay.
Well, all right. Start us here with line 13.
Okay. I'm just getting into character.
Here, I believe this is no, this isn't the long one yet. Go ahead. I'll stop typing it.
So, as I said, he came to London for his own work and also dropped me. He dropped me off in London where I had to be for a few months to film this movie. And he asked me to marry him. He brought my best friends, my dad out. They left, and shortly after they left, one of my co-stars, invited me to go to a concert with him. And some of the cast, to kind of break the ice, I'd be working with them for the next few months, and I had already, I I already knew I couldn't, like, be photographed. Even if it was platonic, I couldn't be photographed with men or women that other people could possibly spin as romantic. I learned that in January the hard way, so I asked him permission if I could go to the concert with the cast, and you know, I said, you know, Johnny, like my co-star, objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Now, don't tell us what the co-star said. Just tell us what your communication was with Mr. Depp.
Objection, hearsay. Her communications are hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Well, I'm not sure I understand.
If you want to approach, that's fine.
Yes.
Sidebar. She's going to talk about what she said and asking for permission. That's hearsay.
That's on the stand. It's not an out-of-court statement.
She's testifying to an out-of-court statement.
Correct.
But she's on the stand. That's not hearsay, Your Honor, what she communicated.
What she said out of court could be considered hearsay, but I'm not sure what the statement is that's coming in or what she's going to say.
She asked for permission to go to, well, she asked Mr. Depp for permission. You know, she wants to be able to go to a concert with her co-star.
Well, that's not going to be in evidence. What's the next one coming in? What's she about to testify to? I don't know.
Her communication with Mr. Depp, and Mr. Depp tells her that he doesn't want her to go.
Well, Mr. Depp's statement is not hearsay, but her communication saying she's asking for permission, that's an out-of-court statement, Elaine.
She's on the stand, Your Honor. That's not hearsay. She can ask about it. She's subject to cross-examination.
Yeah, she is subject to cross-examination, but even what she said out of court could be considered hearsay. I'll take them one at a time. That's already in evidence. That's fine. Then we can get into whatever Mr. Depp said. It's fine. But these conversations back and forth, some of them are going to come in for context purposes.
I understand that.
So we're just going to have to do them one at a time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Up in court. And scene.
And scene. Dun, dun, dun. I keep scrolling ahead here. That's the one we just did. Let's see. All right. Here we are bringing Lily Rose into it. November 2013. Did you have any contact with Lily Rose that led to a discussion with Mr. Depp?
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
What, if any, communications did you have with Lily Rose in November 2013?
Objection calls for hearsay, leading.
I'm asking her what her connection was. I didn't ask what she said.
I'm going to sustain the objection if you want to move on.
Okay. In November 2013, what, if any, interaction did you have with Lily Rose without saying what she said?
Objection, hearsay.
It's interaction, Your Honor. I'm not asking for what she said.
If you can lay a foundation.
Okay. Did there come a time in November 2013 that you saw Lily Rose?
Yes. They came to stay with us for some time in the winter. Yeah, around November, I believe 2013.
When you said they, who are you referring to?
Johnny's kids, Jack and Lily Rose.
All right. And was there a particular incident that led to disagreement with Mr. Depp?
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
Okay. What, if any, interaction did you have with Lily Rose that led to an argument with Mr. Depp?
Objection, leading.
What if any?
If you could approach.
Sidebar.
I understand what, if any, and I get that, but it's all the extra that you're putting in there. It's a little...
I'm trying to give context to move along.
I know, I understand that. I appreciate that, but I have to sustain the objection based on that, okay?
Thank you. Open court and scene.
Oh my God.
I literally just I love this. This is one of my favorite interactions of the entire Sidebar thing that I've read so far. Was there a particular incident that led to disagreement with Mr. Depp? Leading. And then she just literally repeats exactly the same thing and puts what, if any, in front of it. And we go from, was there a particular incident that led to a disagreement with Mr. Depp? what, if any, interaction did you have with Lily Rose that led to an argument with Mr. Depp? And she's like, but I said, what, if any? And the response, well, I understand the what, if any part, but it's everything else after that that's the problem, Elaine.
Oh God, did you remember? There was a point in the trial where, you know, like Judge Penny like looks at Elaine and she just goes, what, if any, is not a cure-all, or like, you know, or curative, or like she like, it's not a remedy for everything. You can't just put what, if any, and use it as a band-aid to fix everything. That's not how it works. I don't remember exactly how she said it, but it was hilarious.
That's not how it works at all.
No.
Byfront says this is priceless. And 13 flags. Elaine's behavior is embarrassing at this point. Oh, we're just getting rolling here. And Megan, how are you doing
at this point?
I have 4 minutes.
All right. We'll cover a little bit more ground, then we'll go back and do the other things here.
If I have to be the judge, I'm not going to do as good of a job, but I will try. I will try very hard.
Hayden will be ass karate.
Oh, good. Okay, thank God, because I don't have that.
We won't make you argue with yourself.
Thing that Megan has. Megan, you're really good at it. And
the je ne sais quoi, the capriciousness with a hint of stateliness.
It's fine because if we know that it's going to be a train wreck when I do it, so we're going to have the bar set very low. We'll be fine.
All right, Your Honor, I'm going to move the admission of Defendant's Exhibit 209, business records exception.
Still hearsay, Your Honor.
The business record exception gets the business record in, but if there's hearsay involved inside the business record, there's still objection to hearsay.
Your Honor, the business records exception. I mean, I don't agree. I think that's the point.
If you want to approach
Sidebar.
The business records exception, number one, I'm not sure emails are business records. Number two, even if you get the business records in, they come in. But if there's a hearsay in those business records, that hearsay doesn't come in.
Your Honor.
But if you want to show me something different that says hearsay and every business record comes in, please show that to me.
Well, one of the exceptions to the hearsay rule is the business records exception. And records of regularly conducted activity. And it says, I'm on 28036A, the record was made at or near the time of the act's, events, calculations, or conditions. B, the record was made and kept in the course of a regularly conducted activity of a business, organization, occupation.
Keeping the record with a regular practice of that activity. This is an email. That's why it doesn't fit with the business record.
Well, that's how she communicated with her. She was her employee.
For custodian, business records are made for custodian. Invoices, accounting, not people's hearsay emails back and forth. Neither the source of information nor the method of or circumstances of preparation indicate a lack of trustworthiness.
Why would this not be?
It's not a business record. Sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open court.
What, if any, communication did you have with Kate James?
All right, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Megan
Sorry,
Fox,
guys.
thank you for being here in your weakened state.
Thank you, Megan. Feel better. I hope. Did you say that your kids were sick too? I hope everybody feels better.
Well, yeah, my son got sent home for having allergies, I think. I don't think he's sick. I think it's just his allergies and they're overreacting. But now I have to go to school for my daughter because there's a meeting that I have to be at. So I got it.
And I hope we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you guys.
MeganFox.locals.com. Locals, get her. All right. Megan Fox is awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Megan. I know you didn't want to be here, but I pressured you into being here.
Oh, it won't be the same without her. But we'll make do somehow.
We'll pick her up tomorrow. All right, let's go over a couple of things real quick here. John S. with a $5 super chat only recently heard Momoa was trolling AH on the set of Aquaman, dressing like JD, wearing rings, etc.
Oh, really?
He kind of does that anyway. Like his character in Fast and Furious 10 was awesome. Did either of you see that?
No, but I did see him set up to take
Jason
photos with
Momoa.
her. He didn't like her. He was like, she was like trying to like lean in. She was trying to like lean in and get really cuddly with him, and he was like, nope, no way, not happening. Sorry.
Well, he was smashing Lisa Bonet at the time, I believe. I don't know if were they still together then? I'm not sure. But,
no, it was very awkward between them.
No, in Fast and Furious 10, he played like the most amazing, just flamboyantly gay character. It was awesome. Just see this massive man just being flamboyant. It was awesome. It was literally just a great, great character. And Valhalla awaits. What's up, Valhalla? It has been a minute, brother. You've been hiding. We haven't seen you around these parts in ages. It's been weeks, if not months.
Oh, he came onto my celebration stream. That was really fun.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't on my channel. He doesn't like me anymore, I guess.
Val.
Hang around.
No, it's nice to see you.
I know it is. Remember, for 10 months, Elaine is that one teacher that every student knows they're smarter than.
That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah.
That is, actually. That kind of actually is really good.
The terrifying thing is that when you think about it, those that can't teach. When do you reckon she's going to take an academic position?
Never.
Oh God. I mean, she could replace Dauber at Stanford. If she tried, I don't know if it would be an improvement or not.
Dana Loves Zumba says, no, Jason and Lisa are divorced now, but Aquaman was filmed like 3 or 4 years ago, too. So I think they were still together when it was filmed. The next time I watch Fast and Furious movie will be the first time I watch a Fast and Furious movie. Well, you're missing out, Porcelain Thunder, because it is good, absurd, just time-killing fun with some really amazing cars. I don't even like cars, and I love the cars in that movie. Well, I mean, I like vehicles, but I'm not into cars. And I really like those movies.
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen any of them at all. I'm not really like an action movie kind of person.
Flux says, Valhalla waits, my girl. I was asking about you yesterday. We've all been asking about Valhalla because he's been in absentia. He's been missing. He's MIA.
I just saw him. I literally just saw him.
We didn't.
Well, that's because you didn't watch my stream.
Yeah, well, he didn't watch my stream, so that's what
for shame, Jeff. For shame.
I know Val's too big for us minions now, Jeff. Yeah, he just he doesn't like the cut of my jib anymore. I guess he's moved on.
Oh, Val loves you.
All right. The Cars movie was fire. Got Mater down there. Oh, I like Mater. All right. Let's head back into the planet of sidebars. And we'll read a couple more, then we'll do our midstream grift. Because we're doing good. All righty. Let's bring up the pictures. Yeah. Is this one we just read? That's the one we just read. So we can move on. Only click once.
God, it pains me to do Amber. It really does.
All right. So I'll be Bredehoft. You be Vat. Okay. All right. You're the court, Ozzy, right?
This is going to be painful. Yep. Okay.
You can do it, Hayden. I believe in you.
Just act disgusted, exasperated, and tired of shit. I think you'll be perfect.
So as a parent, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, when the child is being particularly stupid.
Hang on, let me go wake Scarlett up, and I'll see if she can put me in a mood.
What, if any, discussions or arguments did you have with Mr. Depp relating to James Franco in the time frame of May 2014?
It's a nightmare. I wanted to do this independent film. I like the story. I like the character. I told him I'm not going to wear makeup in the thing. Objection, hearsay.
Apparently.
Miss Bredehoft, if we could be approached, please.
Sidebar.
I don't need those side comments.
I apologize for that. I'm just so baffled. I don't know why.
If there's a prior statement that she's made, it's hearsay. Unless you have an exception for it. Context is not an exception.
State of mind, present tense.
No, those are not exceptions for what I wasn't going to wear makeup.
Well, I mean, it's context as well, Your Honor.
Context is not an exception.
Well, it's not offered for the truth of the matter.
Then what is it offered for?
Well, it's offered to show... Well, it doesn't matter whether she's wearing makeup or not, Your Honor. That's not...
Then it's not relevant.
But it's leading up to the argument. It's still context, Your Honor.
Context, Miss Bredehoft. Prior statement is hearsay unless there's an exception. Context is not an exception to that. Or if it's not offered for the truth of the matter, what is it offered for?
Well, it's offered for context.
That's not... Okay, I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open court.
I just said sustain.
You did. I was going to say, haha, you just said abstain. I was waiting to say, haha. I mean, I love... This is literally the beginning of the fucking end here.
Wait. Go back down.
Yes.
Does Elaine...
Yes.
Wait, if you go down... I'm pretty sure that Elaine goes, then tell the court what Mr. Franco said. Or tell the jury what Mr. Depp said. Wait, is that...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I mistook it for Mr. Franco. I thought it was just Elaine evoking more hearsay. She's just like... She does not understand what hearsay is. She doesn't understand the rules, the exceptions.
Yeah. This entire long sidebar here is objection, hearsay, but it's context. Context is not an exception, but it's context. But that's not an exception.
She didn't go to law
But
school.
it's
I'm not
for
convinced that she went.
context.
I'm pretty sure she just like forged her, her bar number and then just kind of like slipped in there. I don't know. It's too much for me.
Let's just count for shits and giggles. Context is not an exception. That's once.
Mm-hmm.
Context is not an exception. That's twice.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that highlighted? Damn it, stop that.
I love how she goes, it doesn't matter. And she's like, that is not relevant.
Context is not an exception. She says it twice in one sentence there, so that's four times.
God. If it doesn't matter, if the context that you want to convey doesn't matter, then why is it relevant?
But it's context.
Oh my God. Elaine, you're going to drive me insane.
She has said 4 times in like a page and a half, 2 pages, that context is not an exception to the hearsay rule. And like, I mean, and again, I love this ending here. Well, if it's not being offered for the truth, what's it being? It's offered for context.
Oh my God.
Okay. She's just like, all right, fuck it. I'm sustaining the objection. I'm done having this discussion with you, you blockhead.
How many bottles do you reckon Judge A went through at the end of these at the end of the day on these trials?
I think it'd be a regular Fuck It Friday in Judge Penny's quarters, chambers.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Her and Judy is sitting in chambers going, can you fucking believe this bullshit?
Chandler Remington is a much better lawyer than Elaine.
Oh, you know what? Can I tell you a funny story? Somebody threatened to have me disbarred because I expressed an opinion that they didn't like about Russell Brand. She said that I was disparaging and
being defamatory.
Defaming the victims.
Unbecoming.
So, for anybody who wants to write to the bar about me, you are totally welcome to. I have never taken a bar examination because I'm not a lawyer. Have fun with that. And she was just like, oh, well, I know you're not a lawyer, but they'll take letters. They totally will. I'm like, yeah, they're totally gonna care about a person who's not even a member of the bar.
And who's not claiming to be one.
I never claimed. No, and I was like, learn to read. It says I'm a paralegal in my Twitter bio, and I've never claimed to be anything else. Oh my God, people. But Elaine should be disbarred.
Yes.
There's some sketchy stuff going. I'm like, how is this lady? How did she even pass the bar? I don't understand.
Well, she passed it a very, very long time ago.
I was gonna say she passed it when Methuselah was like a kid sitting on Elaine's knee, so there's a good chance that it would have been easier back then. So.
Oh God, did she take her else out on a stone tablet as well? I feel like that's
probably.
Christ, Elaine.
I mean, well, it's what you were saying. I was convinced until last week that she had never tried an actual case in court in her life, but Chandler said it's been like 20 years.
Yeah, but it was like 2002 the last time that she was in a court to litigate anything, which, I'm sorry, but like, if you're putting your legal team together, you want somebody who's been to court recently and who understands what they're doing.
You've got to stay on your game,
Yeah.
It literally is a skill. You have to continually practice, hone, and prepare, etc., etc.
Right. It just goes to show. I mean, she was good at settlements, but that doesn't mean that she's good in court. And we all saw very clearly how bad she is.
Do you think Elaine stuck to the CLEs about equine law instead of litigation?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing ever.
Did you tell anybody about that?
No, I just told you and Hayden about it earlier today.
Yeah.
Every year, lawyers have to do mandatory, and it's pretty much worldwide, have to do mandatory continuing legal education, CLEs,
Paralegals
just
too.
basically.
Yeah.
And it's just shit. They're just terrible. They're useless. It's just a money grab for whoever's doing them, and it's a money sinkhole for you. It's basically just like ongoing education where you have to listen to people do dumb shit. And I had to do this stupid, and I chose it because it was maritime law. It was like jurisdictional issues in maritime law, which is actually a pretty interesting thing. I've actually done papers and presentations on that very issue. But boy, somehow this lady made a way to find it not only boring as shit, but the first hour was jurisdictional questions in maritime law, and the second hour was horse law. I was today years old when I learned that there is horse law.
It sounds like something from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, I'm like, are we also doing bird law a la Charlie? It's like, are we doing ornithological law next to equine law? I mean, how does this lady get into this field?
Well, I mean, look, there's you run across plenty of jackasses in the court, okay? You really do. But to have an entire subset of, like, substantive law to cover that, I think is a little bit of a waste of time.
Well, and it wasn't like she was from Utah or Colorado or Wyoming, like someplace where there's actually horses. It was like from Massachusetts. And I know there's like horses in Massachusetts and horse farms and whatnot, but those are Eastern horses. They're not like real Western horses.
It doesn't sound real. It really just doesn't sound like a real... I mean, there are so many legal fields. You can find something that works for you if you are an attorney. I just don't know why anybody would... I mean, what does it consist of? Is it trying to prevent them from being turned into glue? I don't understand. I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to do the second one. Mexican Invader says, Jeff wrote an article on something. Is he the next Steve Gosney? No, I've written an article. And it just happened to be on. Is that my siren?
I
guess that was a siren
Not
outside
me.
my house.
It's got to be it.
Yeah, so no, in 30 years, I've written one article. Apparently something's going on. There's lots of sirens going on down past my street here. But yeah, I know there's lots of horses, but they're not. They're foo-foo East Coast horses. They're not like real cowboy Western horses. Just say it. Yeah, well, no, see, Kentucky makes sense if someone was like but see, like when I think of the field, I just think general animal law, like the law of keeping animals. But just like a specialization in equine law was like a weird thing.
Well, I wonder
what it has to do with
pertains
admiralty and maritime jurisdiction is utterly beyond me.
Well, maybe horses can swim. Maybe I don't really know. I'm not sure how many horses you encounter on the open seas.
Yeah.
Maybe they bring them on boats. Wasn't aware that was a thing.
Yeah, so it was like an hour of maritime jurisdiction law and equine law, but she talked about probate law, like inheritance law after somebody dies, like wills, for about 20 minutes in the middle of it. It was the weirdest CLE I've ever done in my entire life.
I guess she dabbles in a lot of areas.
Well, let's do our midstreamy thing here while we're paused. We're an hour and 9 minutes into this, and we've got 760 viewers, 471 likes. 300 of you haven't done your jobs. Come on, people. 300 of you haven't hit that like button. Get over there, hit that like button. We're ready to go. We're $75 away from unlocking the dog cam achievement. We've got 300 down on the likes department. And hit that subscribe button too. Make sure you're still subscribed. And I'm opening up a new achievement. The doggo cam is the $100 achievement. I'm thinking the $300 achievement needs to be some sort of really large shot of alcohol. I haven't figured out what it is.
Son of a beach.
Why?
Shot?
Yeah, punishment shot. That's what.
The punishment shot. Well, see, I was thinking I thought I was stealing from. See, now you do absinthe, right?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, that's what I was thinking of doing.
Well, look, it's fine because I've been thinking about ripping off Fuck It Friday anyway and doing Sauce Saturday, so I think there's enough.
Saucy Saturday.
Yeah. So anyway,
When everybody's hungover.
We have the Doggo Cam achievement that gets unlocked with $100. We're 75 away from that right now. And like 300 will unlock some sort of really awful cocktail that I shouldn't be drinking. That'll be our $300 achievement moving forward. So, all right. That's just the announcement that I was planning on making later, but I may as well do it right now. We've got 500 likes now, so still 250 if you haven't done your job. God damn it, get down there and hit that like button. I'm serious. And then take our like and subscribe poll. We've clearly given you something to like, so just hit that like button. Did you hit like and subscribe? Yes. 58% of you said yes. No. 9% of you said 9% of you said no. 1 in 10 of you said no. Come on, people. And then 33% of you, a full 1/3 of you said, oh, come on, you can do better than this. I know this poll sucked, and I really couldn't think of a single poll today. So, yeah, there we go. $300 is Fight Milk Legal Vices. I know, but I mean, Fight Milk is Camelot's thing. I can't do Fight Milk. So I'm going to have to think of like something horrible to do.
You've done Fight Milk. I don't think it agrees with you.
Well, not 7 of them.
Just say you're lactose intolerant. They'll understand.
Yeah, rail drinks are the cheapest stuff you can find. But that's still just, I mean, that'll have to be like a good quantity. Or no, oh my Lord. Ginger, no. Malort. They don't have Malort in Korea.
You could always get a mezcal with the worm and eat the worm.
Well, I do that anyway. That's like a reward in and of itself.
But you could do it on camera.
We're not gonna. I would have like. What if I got it every day though? I couldn't do it like a bottle of mezcal every day.
Just get a little extra protein intake. You know, it'll help you with your workouts. Just saying.
To be fair, if it's going to be a punishment shot, we could sort out one of those chugging attachments, and you could have to do a can of Bud Light.
Yeah, we could do like I said, the whole Viking horn with like the worst beer Korea has to offer, something like that. Anyway, I'll think about it. But we're in a Boilermaker. That might be good. Well, anyway, I'll think about it because we're not going to get to 300 anytime soon. It's there. All right. So anyway, Cried Wolf has just dropped $50 super sticker. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
$50 super sticker. Thank you so much, Cried Wolf. It's a Shiba Inu apparently jumping on a trampoline in the middle of a fireworks festival. Thank you so much for that, which means we're $25 away from Dog King.
Nice.
All right, let's read this next. Wait, forgot the grift. Like and subscribe to me, and make sure you're still subscribed. Go over to Aussie Overlord. Aussie Overlord, every evening U.S. time, he does his Law, Laughter, and News show.
Law, News, and Laughter.
I send him, Law, News, and Laughter.
I wasn't going to correct him.
Whatever combination those three happen in, I always get like
Law,
news is second. News is like
laughter.
the last thing on my mind. It's Law and Laughter that Hayden does best, and he does it in the context of the news. Anyway, go over there, Aussie Overlord. Subscribe to him every evening. He does his show. It's great, and I sent him something pretty amusing earlier today that maybe he'll use at some point. And
fingers crossed. I got to work out how to work that in. It's difficult. Okay. Can I just clarify, guys? He sent me a video from some friends that I know, and I'm like, can I use this or not? And because they're traveling in the US, I'm like, maybe I have to wait till I get back. But it's always funny when worlds collide and friends from one area don't know your friends from the other area, and it sort of meshes.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Chandler really Remington at Remy _Chandler. What am I doing? Jeez, Remy _legal. What is wrong with me today?
Here, I'll put it in this little sub bar.
Do that.
Yes.
Remy _legal. That's her channel. Go over there, subscribe to both of them, like everything they've done, and make sure you watch their stuff because it is definitely amusing. And Hayden has just put this up for some reason. Bucky.
Someone found the F-35.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. We'll see. I mean, not to go too far astray with this F-35. People are like, going to be missing. It's a stealth. It actually is doing its job. I mean, they found the wreckage, but it was actually doing its job by not being found. It's a stealth bomber.
That's a good point.
And the fact that they couldn't find it actually means it's doing its job.
Well, see, there's plenty of thoughts on that, though, because, I mean, again, not to get too far ahead of it, but, I mean, apparently this was supposed to be some sort of training exercise, so there was supposed to be reflectors on it to make it more easy to track. and none of that was in place, so it all sounds a little bit sus to me.
Well, the transponder wasn't working for whatever reason, but the guy did bail, and it was on autopilot, so he went somewhere for a while, and nobody saw where it went down.
Yeah.
But they found the wreckage. But I think it's hilarious that, like, we can't find our stealth bomber. Great. It's like that Monty Python skit where they just show like an empty field and go, how many people are hiding in this field? It's just like a completely empty field. How not to be seen. Here's the Monty Python skit if you want to watch that.
Well, you've got to
find
get
like one guy
unexplained.
stands up behind a bush and then they just blow him up. And he failed on how not to be seen. But all right. What about makgeolli? Makgeolli is an amazing drink. It's like fermented rice wine. All right, everybody, let's get on to the next super chat. That's what we're here for, not our banter.
The next super chat?
No, the next sidebar.
Yeah.
But we could do super chat because there's a lot of super chats here that I forgot about.
And I'm going to play 3 different parts for it.
Says $5. Depp dive added to new depots and even Dr. Hughes interview notes. It's wild the different stories Amber Heard told.
Oh yeah.
Dramatic readings. I could listen to you guys forever.
Oh yeah, we actually get a look at all of the hearsay papers that Amber Heard wanted to enter into evidence. I've been looking at a lot of those recently, and she took a lot of notes that very conspicuously and pretty nakedly appear to be her working out her story for how she's going to frame JD as an abuser.
Nice.
There are lots of inconsistencies. A lot of inconsistencies. Big problems.
And Brian Miller with a $5 super chat says Jeff needs to get a Freedom Chicken beer bong and bong a Bud Light for $300. I don't even know what any of that means. I know what Jeff means. That means me. And Freedom Chicken beer bong and bong a Bud Light. I have no fucking idea what that means. I mean, I can sort of kind of. I mean, I don't.
Look at it this way. Just be glad no one suggested that you butt chug one.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like the thing from Keaton and Kel, it's just like, yeah, I understand some of those words. I know some of those words.
And Nighthawk with a $5 super chat. Don't ever underestimate chat, lol. VTuber always suffer when they try to be smug.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't know what that means either.
We're being smug?
Am I being smug?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because you were saying you weren't going to get anywhere near 300 at any point.
Oh.
And, yeah, don't challenge chat.
Well, that's the opposite of being smug. If I was being smug, I'd be like, I'm going to get it every night because I know. Bud Light means bottom surgery. Thank you, Valhalla. Yikes. All right. On that note, cough. Turn your head and cough, which he can't do anymore.
And there goes your ad revenue.
There you go. Let's start off with Ms. Bredehoft. All right. Let's go to Defendants 221. And I'm going to play 3 different parts for it.
Your Honor, may we approach, please?
Okay.
Sidebar.
221?
So, I anticipate this is the Boston plane recording?
It seems like it. That's where we are.
Yeah, so there are other voices on this recording besides Mr. Depp.
Okay.
So, I ask that those voices...
The clips you have aren't with the other people's voices, correct?
Well, one of them is yes. The first 2 are him howling, but Your Honor, that doesn't, she's authenticated that she made the recording.
Doesn't matter. Hearsay can still be involved in the tapes too. So the other people on there, you're trying to get their statements in, that would be hearsay.
Well, I'm not offering that.
Okay.
For the truth of the matter.
What do they say?
He says he's going to stay with this fucking idiot until he gets, well, in case he gets sick. But I'm not offering it for that. I'm offering what's going on with the howling.
I'm going to sustain as to that statement.
Well, then the first 2, I'm offering...
The first 2 are just him howling, is that right? Howling. Is that what we're talking about here?
Right.
So, just him howling. And there are no other sounds made? Or just her?
Well, no, I don't believe so. Jerry Judge is just on the 3rd.
So you're just going to do the first 2?
That's fine, Your Honor.
So you're not going to get the whole thing in. We're just going to call the first one A and the second one B. Is that okay? So A is going to be
0 to 1 minute.
okay. B,
B will be 250 to 320.
and then after we hear these audios, why don't we wrap up for the morning break? Will that be okay? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open court.
Ooh.
And
I just
soon.
banged the mic. Okay, so we're going to start with 221, and we're going to call it A, and that will be 0 through 1 minute. Your Honor, may I approach?
Okay. Sure.
We literally had zero words being spoken between the two sidebars. Now,
Sidebar.
I think all three of them have already been admitted into evidence and were played during Mr. Depp's examination, cross-examination.
Do you have any of the audio? I don't remember the numbers, so you have to tell me which numbers you think they are.
Well, yes, it's already been played, Your Honor. It was played during Mr. Depp's cross-examination.
Not the third one, because they said Jerry Judge is on the third one, and I've not heard any recordings of other people.
Well, you gotta do Mr. Nadelhaft, too. Remember during his... we can check at the break.
Yeah, you can check at the break, but let's just do those two now. How about that?
That's fine. We're gonna start the first one with 0 to 1 minute, and you can you turn up the volume? There's part of it. The noise of the airplane is a little bit loud to be able to pick up the noise.
Whereupon the following audio clip was played.
So if you remember, this is where he allegedly kicked her in the back on the airplane, and then he locked himself in the bathroom and just went for like more than a minute. So that was a very good impression.
He had a lot to drink, and she also claimed that he threw a chair at her, which when you're on an aircraft, chairs are not movable.
Motherfucking chairs on a motherfucking plane
are
always motherfucking bolted down for the safety of the patrons.
Yeah, and she felt a boot in her back. How did you know it was a boot? My question.
Because that's where the booty is, in the back.
Shall we keep reading?
Yeah, yes, we should keep reading. Sorry.
Who's gonna moan? Who's gonna be Johnny?
Hayden was doing a very good job.
Okay, yeah, let's
Let's start with line 12 again. That was just.
I can be unidentified male if you'd like. Coming up.
Yeah. And then the second one is from 250. I think you have to do that for a whole minute, apparently.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay. The second one from 250 to 320. 30 seconds.
Whereupon the following audio clip was played.
I don't care. That's got to be close enough.
That's only 15 seconds. You're only halfway there.
I don't want to wake the kid. Okay, move on.
There's still
like
12
a moose
seconds.
that's been
All
shot.
right.
You sound like an injured moose.
Not playing by the rules of the game. Is Mr. Fetterman there with Johnny? Oh no. You need a stopwatch on screen for this. Oh my god, that's precious. It sounded like my old beagle. Very observant, Jeff. God is like I'm right there. Y'all are hilarious. The look on my cat's face right now.
Oh my god.
My cat seems fascinated by Hayden now. Apparently, Hayden's
Excellent. Get your cat to go and sub to me.
Thank God I have headphones. It's Chewbacca or Terry Schiavo getting it on.
Oh my god, Eric.
Oh my god. Wow.
And I thought I told offensive jokes. Jesus.
Oh my Christ.
Christ.
There is a horribly inappropriate blast from the very far distant past.
Wow, dude. Wow, Eric.
Now,
Eric.
Hayden,
Eric.
if you're not familiar with Terry Schiavo, just put that somewhere to Google later and you'll see how just horrifically inappropriate this joke is.
All right, hang on. I'm not muting for this, so just guard your ears, people, because I'm typing.
Oh, my Lord.
That was bad. That was really, really bad.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Come on.
Oh, see, if I knew that that's what I was aiming for, I could have done it so much worse, though.
I am ashamed. I have a secondhand shame.
Well, I mean, it could have been worse. I could have started off like this and then went into...
God, can we move on,
Literally,
please?
she was in a persistent vegetative state for a ridiculously long time, and the state would not let her die.
It was illegal. There was a legal battle context
Jesus.
to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was a horrible joke.
that was very bad.
Oh, my God.
John
That's-
Gordon's
yeah.
Aussie if his mother dropped him on his head.
Who says I wasn't?
Oh my god, I just told that joke last night about somebody. Like, his mother dropped him on a head when he was a baby. Not you, Hayden.
Eric Folms takes a small bow.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was sufficiently revolting.
Good God.
Can we move on, please, with the rest of the scene?
Yeah, let's...
Flux says, you make it impossible to work in an office.
Some of us are
I
trying to
suppose it's so
hone their
weird that Flux
crafts.
works in an office. Like, I'm sorry, Flux. I love you to pieces, but... It still weirds me the fuck out that you work in an office.
Well, you've never seen her in an office.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't imagine it.
I can't.
Okay,
I mean,
where
I
are we?
can't imagine. Well, I only know that you guys have legs because I met you in person. Otherwise, it's
Wow.
it's hard to know.
And Nighthawk says, well, we might go to hell.
Yeah,
I'll
you
save
guys
you
are on
sleep.
your own with that. I'm not touching that. The 10-foot
Stingy
pole.
says, Aussie is your ADA rep. That's a spot-on impression.
Thank you, Stingy. I appreciate the encouragement.
Her maiden name was Schindler. Think she had a list.
Oh. Someone's trying to up the game on the joke.
Just Dawn says, please move on.
That's what I'm
think-
saying.
I think we'll go.
I've been trying to get back into the sidebar for like 20 minutes now.
Oh my God.
Okay, 221 is
Right.
in evidence. All of 221 is already in evidence?
So may I play the third one then, and then we can take the break?
Yes, you can play all of them if you would like.
I think that would torture the jury if I did that, Your Honor. 9:30 to 10, just 30 seconds more.
Whereupon the following audio clip was played.
I'm going to stay with this fucking idiot in case he gets sick. Alright, and you're going to be changing gears after that, or do you have any more questions for this issue?
No, I think this would be fine for the break.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our morning break then. Just do not do any outside research, and we don't discuss the case with anybody.
All right, let's. And we literally lasted until the bailiff said, "All rise, please
Oh,
be
God.
seated." Then we're back at our next sidebar.
Wow.
Oh my God, that makes
Elaine.
me laugh so hard. Stingy. Oh yeah, we already read that one. We're not gonna read that one again. Get it off the screen. Thank you so much. Right. Oof.
Oof, indeed.
Let's see how many people we lost during that. Oh, we actually gained concurrent viewers during that horrific last sidebar. Our sidebar to the sidebar. All right, so let's keep going here.
Are we ready for the jury?
I'm waiting for the big one. No.
That's what
May
she
we
said.
approach. Exactly.
Sure. 15 Elaine.
Sidebar.
Oh.
Sidebar.
Chandler, the line is sidebar.
Sidebar.
Your Honor, I'm going to have a series of text messages,
Okay.
emails. So I thought I would just head it off.
Sure, that's a great idea.
Looking at Rule 2803,
Hearsay exception.
We're setting up for the big hearsay battle. It's coming. It's coming. It says the following are not excluded by the hearsay rule.
Right.
Even though the declarant is available, and we've got admissions by party opponents.
Right, we've done that.
We have present sense impression.
Right, I understand. I'm very familiar.
I accept that, Your Honor. But, and business records is also in the hearsay exception. I'm going to be putting a number of them, and I'm going to be arguing with each of them that it is present sense impression and then existing state of mind. But I'm going to put them in. I need to put them in, even if Your Honor rules against them.
What the fuck, Elaine? Are you serious? She's literally saying, okay, even if you say no, I have to put them in for my case.
I know, isn't that the greatest sentence ever?
I mean,
but
good luck
I'm
with
going
that.
to put them in. I need to put them in, even if Your Honor rules against them.
And Judge Penny's just going to be like, oh, okay, sure, you're the boss. I mean...
This is literally Swamp Castle from the Holy Grail. Not to leave the room, even if you come and get him. No, you're to stop anyone from entering the room. Okay? We're not to leave the room, even if you come and get him. This is exactly what Elaine is doing here. It's Swamp Castle from the Holy Grail.
In one ear, out the other. Yep.
Anything you identify is part of the record. You can't put them into evidence. It's part of the record, Elaine.
Well, I understand, and I fully appreciate and respect that Your Honor has the right to rule however Your Honor wants to.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give you a heads up on that.
Okay.
These are my two, well, predominantly the two exceptions I'm relying with this series. And there's some that are just spontaneous. Some of them are even almost, well, they're saying...
I have to take them one at a time.
Well, I appreciate that, Your Honor. I just kind of wanted to preview.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Open court.
Comments, anyone?
Oh my god, I just,
Yes?
I don't have enough alcohol for this.
Yeah, it's too early.
It's not too early for us.
She literally says, irrespective of how you rule, I need to get these in.
She keeps saying she understands. She doesn't.
This is true.
Judge Askarate's Australian accent is spot on. I think so, too. There's no danger of Elaine being poached by another law firm.
That's fair.
Didn't Elaine wear her helmet as a child?
I kept thinking, you know, what vehicle does she, does she... How does she come to court every morning? What kind of car does she drive? Is she with an entourage? I think she just rides the short bus every freaking morning. Yeah. Honestly, this woman...
I'm thinking like a lime green Vespa, complete with like the rounded helmet, because that's the only way you can explain the hair.
Oh my god!
No, she's Ms. Gulch from The Wizard of Oz. She just pedals all in black and white on her bicycle with a basket in front. And it's like she's literally in black and white pedaling down the
Explains
street.
why she leaves half of her... Explains why she leaves half the case files back at her office.
God, Elaine.
Popcorn Planet just dropped a video. Russell Brand is blocked from YouTube. Well, last I heard he was just demonetized, not blocked. But who knows? Who knows?
I mean, they've been doing shit to him left, right, and center today, so it wouldn't surprise me.
I missed your video on that yesterday, Jeff, but like I've been...
Go back and watch it.
Oh, I will.
Okay,
and I have a lot to say about that, but that's not what we're doing here today. We are doing sidebars.
It's not. We're doing sidebars, and we're $10 away from Doggo Achievement unlocking. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, we're so close.
All right,
people, $10. You can
here
do
we
this.
Go. Oh, we already did fucking Friday. We're not grifting actively. We're just letting you know the
grifting. I'm just saying, I'm encouraging
the achievement.
I'm encouraging anybody who's watching if you would like doggos.
Yeah,
doggos are great.
Okay. Let's start with line 13 here. They didn't even make it a full page. They made it like half a page before our next objection. This is where the objections come fast and furious, in case you haven't seen those movies. And the third one in blue, I would say present sense impression and the state of mind at that time.
All right. If you want to approach,
Yes.
Sidebar.
okay, can we just take 1 second there, because I know we're going to get more through of these. But do you notice that there was no actual objection there? This one's sua sponte. She's saying, "Get your ass up here."
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yep. She's like, all right.
All right. So I'm going to overrule as to present sense impression.
This is the one. Look at this sidebar.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
This is the beginning. This is where literally Judge Askarati loses her final goddamn nerve.
Oh god, should I get a copy?
Okay, hang on. I gotta.
Are you ready?
Well, we're gonna get 3 lines in, and we gotta wait for Chandler to get back with a coffee.
Oh my God, Chandler! All right. While we're waiting for Chandler to unfuck the clusterfuck, LA with a $2 super chat. Depp is 6 foot and 280 pounds. Amber Hughes told Hughes in notes. Yeah, he's not 6 foot 280 pounds.
Well, we know she's fast and loose with the facts, so it wouldn't surprise me. All right, so I'm going to overall as present sense impression.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Chandler, do you have your coffee? Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to overrule as to present sense impression. Again, it's past. Present sense has to be happening at the same time, Elaine. If she called from the plane saying he's kicking me, for example.
Overrule or sustain?
Sustain. I mean sustain. He's kicking me. Sorry, thank you. He's kicking me. Those are present sense impressions.
Your Honor, I need your help, JD.
Yeah, JD. He is passed out on the plane.
But she says here, I'm headed to,
That's the one that I'm talking about, that one. So I need your help.
Yes, I think that's the point. I think that's state of mind. I think that's state of mind. That's mental state of mind at that point, Your Honor.
When are these texts?
These texts are at 5:24, and right before that...
She's already off the plane, Your Honor. She says she's headed to AD. AD is one of Mr. Depp's residences. Sweet sir?
Your Honor, the cases that we cited, even on the excited utterance and the present sense, it says it doesn't have to be immediate. It can be after. Clearly, it's state of mind.
Well, the cases that you have, she had already been assaulted, and then she was calling and giving a license plate number.
Well, that's one of them. That's correct.
So she's already off the plane. She testified that on the plane, she was sitting looking out in the window.
Well, it's a state of mind. I need your help.
She said she's looking out of the window for a time, and then she was off the plane.
And she recorded him.
Then she recorded it. Just a window of her state of mind. So I'm going to sustain the objection. Both of those, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Open court.
I need your... It's a state of mind. I need your help. She's literally asking the judge to help her get evidence in.
Oh, God. Glad
I need your help, Your Honor. I can't do this on my own.
Interesting. A case where Elaine is relying on the judge to sort of bend the rules to get information in before a jury or before the court. Where might we have heard of that before?
Dun, dun, dun. Making Law Simple Network says, I like these sidebars. We do too. We like them very, very much. Right. Wait. Yeah, I had a question for one of them. What's the question for one of them? She's saying, Amber said, I need help. No, here she's saying, I need help. It's a state. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then the judge turns around and says, so I need your help.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's accurate or not. But anyway.
She doesn't. All right, and we get one sentence out, and then we go right back. All right, let's go on to 205. Defendants 205. And this is a communication between you and Rocky Pennington, your best friend. Is that correct?
That's correct. Objection, hearsay.
All right, do you want to approach?
Sidebar.
All right. Do you want to make your responses for the record?
Yes, Your Honor. The I'm not good is clearly state of mind, mental condition at that point. JD is drinking again and using some new round of prescription meds. He just freaked out on me bad. Never seen him like this before. It's worse than I've ever seen before. It's over. Maybe not forever, but we're definitely on a break. That's also state of mind. It's also present sense impression.
Okay, I'm going to sustain as the present sense of impression. Again, it's after the fact, and she's just talking about this, what she says happened. And you're the first one, you're saying the first one, I'm not good, is her state of mind?
Definitely state of mind, mental mind.
Alright, and what's your response to that?
It's vague. I'm not good. She could be not good in a lot of senses. There's no context there. I'm not good.
Alright, so state of mind must relate to the mental state that is relevant to the litigation. How is this relevant to the litigation?
She just got, after being abused, she just got off the plane and she's not good. That's highly relevant. He's saying that he never abused her and that she abused him.
She doesn't say she was abused. She just says, I'm not good.
God damn it, Elaine. I'm going to overrule the last one, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
This needs to be redacted.
So, 205 with redactions is in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we publish this to the jury?
It is.
Thank you.
Open court. Christ.
Win one for Elaine. She
Oh.
gets to have I'm not good entered into evidence.
Wow. And the jury's going to go, oh, she wasn't good. Oh, and it wasn't defamation. We have to rule in her favor. She's going to get $100 million. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Boosh McFadden says, when I have diarrhea, I'm not good. Yes. Righty. And just for the record, we are $8 away from unlocking the dog achievement.
So close.
Let's see. We gotta scroll.
More what if any? What if any?
What, if any, communication did you have with your mother or your father following this incident?
Objection. Hearsay.
Sustain that objection.
Well, let's go to defendants 222. And, Your Honor, I suspect we're going to be back up.
Do you want to approach? That's fine.
Sidebar.
Alright, so the one from the father is obviously Hearsay, right?
Well, yeah, the one I'm looking at is in the blue box, and that is state of mind and present sense impression. She's going through and recounting what transpired.
And when was...
This was at 5:24.
You're saying present sense impression for all of this?
Yes. It's describing what transpired. And then it's also state of mind, how she's feeling about this and her struggle.
After the fact, Your Honor.
Even after the fact, that doesn't take out state of mind.
Present sense impression is not after the fact. It is present sense.
It's state of mind. She's saying where she is and how confused she is.
I'm going to sustain the objection to this, alright? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open court.
Well, what, if any, communications did you have with Kate James following the Boston incident?
Objection. Hearsay.
Your Honor, if we go to 224...
Okay, 224.
My argument would be business records exception.
Alright, if you want to come forward, we can do that.
Sidebar.
Just let me read it, alright? You're saying the text message is business records?
Yes, with her employee. She's talking about the hotel arrangements. She's asking her to book her on the plane, which is what her role is. She works for her.
But that...
Redirecting her texts, etc. So it's a business record. But, Your Honor, the exception says it's a business record exception. That's an exception to the hearsay rule.
It's an exception, but then it also says, I can read it to you. If there are any opinions in it, then it has to cover that hurdle.
But...
And it clearly is all opinion in here. It's bad. It's even worse than ever. Those are all opinions, Even if you get it in as a business record, none of the opinions come in unless you have another reason.
So here's my other question. Kate James has testified and was allowed to testify.
I can only handle the objections that are brought before me.
Well, I understand. She testified it was admissions against interest.
Right.
She said Amber Heard, was having a great time, wasn't worried about it, never said anything to her. Can't I do an impeachment on that?
Miss James is not on the stand right now.
But she was a witness, and it would be impeachment.
You can only impeach the person that's on the stand, okay?
Okay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Open
Now get your
court.
ass back to the table.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Oh my...
Holy... oh.
This is Elaine, who can't figure out why she can't impeach a witness that is not on the stand as a witness.
Before she's talking about Amber, she's just like, she's saying she's confused. Who's confused? You're confused, lady.
And I'm sorry, but in what universe is text messages between two individuals just because they're employee-employer? I mean, if they're still friends, that doesn't necessarily make all communication between them business records.
Well, she's booking the plane, so that's a business rec. Oh my god.
Jesus.
What the hell?
It's a little weird, isn't it?
I really didn't know she was this stupid. Or inept.
See, and so here's the amazing thing. If it hadn't been for the cameras in the court, we may never have seen this go the way that it was, and the media shitstorm may have all been in support of Amber Heard. If not for the fact that the transcripts were released, we may never have known this about Elaine. We all knew she was an idiot, but holy fuck!
See, if cameras weren't allowed in the courtroom, we wouldn't have gotten tone of voice on a lot of stuff, and I think that it's really important to be able to hear, the audio from, the way that certain things were said, but holy balls, I can't. I just, this woman...
This woman, Elaine Bredehoft.
I am so wow. Yeah, I got nothing. This is incredible to me.
Wow, I have an
Is her brain in a jar on somebody's desk in some lab? Because I just don't
Quite
understand.
possibly.
Oh my
Where
god.
are your teeth that she keeps in a jar by the door? Who is it for? Elaine Bredehoft.
Yeah, I'd like to impeach the dead bodyguard who isn't with us anymore. What the hell? Wow.
Well, it's like the joke about the lawyer when the joke about the lawyer and the doctor. The doctor's on the stand, and the lawyer says to him, "So, how were you positive that this individual was dead?" "Well, he was sitting on my table." "But were you sure that he was dead?" "Well, yes. His brain was in a jar next to the body." "But are you sure he was dead?" Well, I don't know. I mean, he could be out there practicing law somewhere right now.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, Hayden. That's why I invoked that. It's my favorite thing ever. Oh my god.
Oh dear, this is just sad.
Let's go on. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what else happens. Oh god. Wait, there's so many objections. Jesus. Fuck. I mean, I remember
We're
all
at
the
10 out of
objections.
17, I think.
Wow.
Oh, wait, where are we? 422 and I'm behind, so...
This woman needs to lose her license to practice. I don't know how she's still employed as an attorney anywhere that...
It's a scary thought.
I'm just speechless, sorry. Jeff, are we gonna go to the next one?
We are in just a quick second here.
Oh, okay.
I'm setting up the dog cam.
Oh.
Why
Well,
can't
that's
it
very
access
important.
the device? I coughed. What?
I'm glad you
Leave
liked that one, MLS.
Ah.
Just got to add a little bit of a spin to it. I can't do the accent, but I can add just a little bit.
All right. We should have Doggo Cam running here now. We can only hope. It looks like we should. Looks like we do. We'll just have to see. Extra cam. Yes, we do. Share. Add to stage.
Oh,
There we go.
strawberry.
Yoda sleeping peacefully.
Oh, is it Yoda? Oh, why do I always
That's
mix
Yoda.
them up? Oh, okay.
Strawberry's got more brown on her.
Right.
Well,
I always
this
thought
is
the Yoda was
interesting.
completely white. I guess I mix them up.
because as you can see, the camera is definitely on. My camera is telling me that it's not connected. So, yeah.
Well, it's clearly connected because we can all see the doggo.
It clearly is connected.
Yep.
We can clearly see the dog. And now we can see the dog even more clearly.
The tongue.
There we go. All right, there we go. That we have unleashed the doggo cam for today.
Oh, that's a really good doggo cam.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
It is. It was my streaming camera until I spent the huge amounts of money on the DSLR that looks equally as exactly as good as this one.
I mean, Yoda's really bringing it
told me
today.
about that, huh?
Chat, you've earned this. You definitely earned this. That's adorable.
Yeah. There you go. Dog cam. Just for
I wish I could
just
meet
for
your pups and pet them. They're so sweet.
Yeah, they're just
maybe
squishy.
one day. They're so squishy.
Okay. Let me see. I was thinking something in my head here that I had to do, and I can't.
Something about how Elaine is a fucking idiot.
No.
Was it bring up the super chat that released the dogs?
Oh, I was doing something else. Yes, I was. Hang on.
You usually do that audio thingy bit where the clip. It's like release
Yes,
the hounds.
that's what I was doing. I was doing that, but apparently
You did it out of
was
order.
not set properly.
Mm.
There.
Release the hounds.
Yeah, that.
All right, we're good. Okay, that is we can get back to this while Yoda just sleeps peacefully there and snores loudly. All right, share screen. Let's get back to Sidebar. We do have this though here. Release the hounds.
Thanks, Marv.
Release the hounds.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Because of
we
you,
got it.
Marv White. Yes, Hayden.
Marv's a class act. Great guy.
Oh no, my slightly drunk brain sort of just caught up with me, and I'm concerned that some people may think I was making fun of the Terry Schiavo person. I just want to make it clear I was not doing any impression of her. I just want to make that absolutely clear.
Yes.
Don't worry
there
about
was
it.
a pause between impressions.
You're an Australian.
Yes.
You don't really even know who that person is. You never.
No, I had no
saw
fucking
media
clue.
coverage of it. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about anything. You're just an ignorant Australian in this instance.
Oh, thank you. That's lovely.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
hey, if there's
let's move
Australian
on.
viewers, I'm an ignorant American about a lot of stuff. So just saying,
Right. We're just going to move right along if y'all don't mind.
Love you, Hayden.
Okay, so where are we?
We've made it down half a page here, I believe.
Fucking hell.
What?
Half a page through the transcript and we're already
Oh,
back
yeah.
at the bench.
Mr. James is not on the stand. That's right. She's trying to impeach someone who's not on the stand as a witness, which you just can't do.
No, you
you
cannot.
can claim ignorance as defense. That's all I was saying.
And Your Honor, I'm going to be referring to the last two blue spots on the page. Oh, God, that's hard. That's what she said. I'm going to be referring to the last two blue spots on that page with the state of mind, mental condition.
All right.
It's still hearsay, Your Honor. May we approach?
Yeah, would you want to approach? I just want to make sure I get the right context.
Sidebar.
Which ones? The last two?
Yeah.
The last two, crying my eyes out.
She's sending them in two separate texts. All right. Crying my eyes out. So now this is...
State of mind.
After dinner?
After dinner when she's at a hotel.
We're losing context here because this is after she took the daughter out.
Well, true. It's after what you... Well, remember that Kate James testified. She was having a great time. She was consuming and, no big deal. She wasn't upset at all. And this is what what she's expressing to Kate James, that she's crying her eyes out, which is her state of mind at that point. She's crying her eyes out. She's very upset.
But you're trying to relate it back to the time on the plane, her state of mind. State of mind needs to be...
Well, sure, she's still upset. It just didn't go away.
I'll sustain the objection. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open court.
Now, I'm going to turn now to 228.
Your Honor, we're going to object on hearsay.
if you want...
First line, Your Honor, is all... I mean, understanding Your Honor's ruling, but I think...
All right, if you want to come forward, that's fine.
Sidebar.
It's really not fine, but it's fine. All right, state of mind. All right, and this... Is this...
I need your help. I think that's clearly her state.
How is that her state of mind? I got the other one in. I understand that.
I believe you just sustained an objection to the same type of text message.
I understand.
Well, actually, I thought the I need your help to Rocky came in for precisely that reason.
Well, she had just gotten off the plane. Is that where we're at now? Or is this after dinner again?
7:57. Oh, sorry. On what day? The 24th. 24th.
To her sister.
That was sustained.
Well, I still think it's her state of mind, Your Honor. She's saying, I need help.
So you're just trying to get, I need your help?
Right. Recognizing I would like to get all of them.
No, I understand that.
I fully appreciate Your Honor's rule.
I don't think you do. A statement of the declarant's then existing state of mind, emotion, sensation, or physical condition, but not including a statement of memory or belief to prove the fact remembered.
That's not a memory. I think that's clearly state of mind. I need help.
Your Honor, you just sustained the same objection to I need help to Rocky Pennington. It's the same thing. It's honestly the same message.
It is the same message.
This is what she did.
This is what she did?
Doesn't matter.
I don't see I need your help going to state of mind. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Present sense impression?
Noted for the record.
Open court. Oh
now, I'll have you people note in chat. We are about 1/3 of the way through this day's testimony.
Oh. It's a rough day. Day 16.
Yes. And we make it another, half a page. What's his name?
His name is Stephen Duders.
Okay. And what, if any, communication were you having with him following the Boston plane incident?
Objection, hearsay. May we approach?
All right. Yes, you may.
So I'll let Miss Bredehoft.
What was your objection first?
My objection is hearsay, Your Honor. Very few employees are hired to be speaking agents. Mr. Duders, while acting as an assistant to Mr. Depp, was not in charge of communicating with his then girlfriend/fiance. And statements on speaking agents only on matters within the sphere of their responsibilities.
And during the terms of their employment.
And during terms of their employment, yes.
I understand that.
Well, he says here, he's teary. He doesn't want to be a fuck-up anymore, his words. And he testified in his deposition, Your Honor, will remember, we showed that Mr. Depp told him to reach out to Amber.
Depositions aren't foundation for here, okay? So if you had him here to testify that he told him that to say that...
Well, so we should wait until later on these?
The deposition, you didn't rule on it.
Okay, I didn't rule, so it wasn't part of the designation.
No.
So his deposition is not coming in?
Correct.
Well, I'm not positive we want to put that in, Your Honor.
We can't. The depositions are done.
Well, I understand. Again.
Depositions are done in this case, Elaine.
Well, I understand.
That ruling isn't happening.
Well, I understand. My argument here is for the entirety of 29, which goes from 29A through M, it's admission by a party opponent, a statement by the party's agent or employee made during the term of the agency or employment concerning a matter within the scope of such agency or employment.
Right. That's what I have here. I understand that. But I don't see the foundation for that. Only matters within the sphere of their responsibilities and during the term of their employment.
Well, so if I lay a foundation that she's communicating with them?
You already said that. You already laid that foundation.
He's an employee.
It doesn't
the deposition testimony on this.
You're saying as a personal assistant, it was within his realm of employment to text the girlfriend of his employer.
That's what he testified.
No, that is not before me.
Yes.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But I'm sorry,
which one? 229 for the record? I want to make sure I get them all. A through...
M.
N.
M.
M as in Mary?
Yes.
No, M as in Mancy.
So, 229A through M. I'll sustain the objection. Note your objection for the record for appeal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
No,
Sorry. Sorry.
Open court.
Didn't mean to talk over you.
Well, I talked
mousy
over
little.
you.
Yeah. Court.
I said
Oh shit, I
open
jumped
court.
ahead. Where
Oh,
are we?
Okay, open court. All right, here we go. Now we're all. Hey,
Oh, enunciate. I thought you were telling me off.
No. All right. Now we'll start here with Ms. Vasquez on line 22.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Okay, sure.
Sidebar. So, Your Honor, perhaps the witness misspoke, but she did say that yesterday or the day before, she looked at some photographs. I just wanted on the record that clear instruction is given to her, especially in light of the break that we're having, that she's not supposed to be talking to the attorney about her testimony. Perhaps she misspoke, but she did say she looked...
I assume she saw them before she was on.
She did. She missed. Oh, just shut up. Shut up, Camille. Yeah, young little whippersnapper thinking you own this courtroom.
Elaine. My apologies, Elaine. Go on.
She did. She misspoke.
At the end of the day, I'll do that again, but I don't need her commenting on the evidence or evidentiary issues. That's the second time it's happened.
Well, I realize that, Your Honor, but I can't talk to her.
I know you can't talk to her, but you can tell her not to talk about evidentiary issues. That's not her testimony.
Okay.
Don't you agree?
Yes, Your Honor, and that's why I wanted to raise...
If you want to talk to her about that right now real quick or something, I just can't talk about things in front of the jury that we discuss outside the jury. And there's a reason we do things outside the jury's presence.
Okay. I'll go tell her that right now. Thanks, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Open court.
Ugh. Elaine. Making Law Simple Network. Member for 4 months. Says, I'm loving every minute of the incoherent ramblings of Elaine, who is somehow making DB look like a competent lawyer. Daryl Brooks, for all of those who keeps keeping score at home. Bella Stella with the $2. Elaine's, quote, state of mind, and, quote, what, if any, horror face. Anonymous said, Jeff, I hear you. Don't find me amusing. You had to be there yesterday. You had to be there yesterday. That's a thing.
Okay, for anyone wondering, the southern accent disappeared because I'm playing a different character, and I would not disrespect Judge A like that.
Well,
She's
yeah,
clearly
exactly.
Australian. Where have you
Got to be.
I also can't do the parenting voice when I'm trying to speak in a southern drawl. Okay, I can't.
I think you're doing quite well. I mean, you know, Judge Penny isn't Australian, but other than that, I think you've got it on lock.
It's not that difficult to dig into the parent file, honestly.
You're trust me, you're much better at Judge Penny than I am. So I'm happy that you're doing her.
Oh.
That's what she said.
Hey, B. Elaine is trying to wear the judge down. I understand. Again.
I mean, I love that, like, after all of... You saw there was that one point at which Judge Penny had to define for her, like, the whole, you know, like, present sense impression thing. And it was after she had misunderstood it, like, 70 times. So...
she didn't misunderstand shit. Either she can't be that dense. She cannot be that dense and still have a license.
Yes,
I genuinely believe she was playing dumb.
Well,
she's just dumb.
I don't know. It could be
No,
either. I don't
just
disbelieve
wait,
either
Aiden.
necessarily.
Just wait.
Oh,
I
it
would
gets worse,
believe it.
does it? Lovely.
She's literally just that dumb.
But the thing
You're
is that, like,
giving her
even if she
far too much credit.
let's say that she's playing dumb, what does she think is going to happen? Because it's, you know, if she knows that a ruling is a ruling and she understands what it means, then does she think she's going to trick Judge Ozkarate into, you know, giving her
I don't
what
think
she
it's so
wants?
much tricking her. I genuinely feel as if she's used to dealing with judges that she's buddy with.
She's not used to dealing with judges at all. She does settlements.
I submit that you're giving her far too much credit, Hayden.
She doesn't deal with judges. That's the whole point. Like, she doesn't understand how judges work. She's used to getting things in depositions because she doesn't
She
deal with
doesn't
judges.
understand the rules of it.
She does depositions, she does settlements. She doesn't deal with judges. She doesn't understand, judges having authority, and I think that's throwing her.
Well, 13 Flag says, well, at least she didn't build a fort with all of her files.
Hey, if the trial had went on much longer, she might have done. We don't know.
She would have tunneled her way to freedom.
Well, I mean, after some of these rebukes, I'd be fully expecting her to hide, honestly.
But then she went out on national TV very proudly and was, talking about the case. And, I mean, I don't know how she wasn't ashamed, but she somehow wasn't, so.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm positive she didn't go back and watch the trial. Like, could you imagine if she had sat back and watched, like, us going back over the case and the shreds we were tearing off of her, to then go and do that national television interview like that? I'm positive she left that courthouse, thought she'd done a brilliant job, that she'd done her best, whatever else, and she was fully defending her client, but she's had horse blinders on and has not at any point looked at any of the criticism of her.
See, that's it. There's that equine law again. You keep bringing equine law into things. Horse blinders.
Well, we had to talk about the horses at some stage.
And Gene Jeffrey says, with a $20 super chat, thank you so much. That means we're like 150 away from some weird cocktail that we don't have time to get to. Gene Jeffries, I've never felt bad for a judge before. I mean, I still don't, but if I was going to, it might be this judge. Yeah. Well, just wait to see what you see what's coming up here next and continuing on through tomorrow as well. Elaine melted when Dorothy dumped water on her. She's gone now. What a world!
That's what happened. Makes sense, yeah.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little Johnny Depp, too.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Australia anymore because we smuggled you in illegally and almost got in trouble.
That was good.
Sorry.
I like that one. That was a good one. I keep wanting to invoke Ian's joke from the trial. I remember he tweeted something hilarious. It was the first time I noticed that Ian was funny. Okay. And then, so it's like every time Elaine says something, arguing about whatever, I really want to just be like, I don't give a teacup Yorkie's shit about this. Just like his tweet. It was just like my favorite fucking thing ever. Ian, you're hilarious.
I like that.
But Judge Penny kept her cool, so.
See, I didn't realize this. We did this wow.
What?
I wonder if I did this intentionally or if it was just, I didn't do it intentionally. I think it was like all just purely subconsciously.
Share with the class?
Well, we've kind of been doing Elaine in the Wicked Witch of the West. We've kind of been doing that.
And her lackey, Nettlehoff, who was a flying monkey, he kind of talked like the flying monkeys did in the Wizard of Oz.
Well, did the flying monkeys talk? I just want to see you show up in green paint with like a big word on your nose with like a little, like go to like a Halloween store, get a hat.
Like
it is going to be October.
That was like the guard at the end. He's like, she's dead. You killed her.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, it was like the guard. He's like, she's dead. You killed her. I know wherever I speak with Wizard of Oz because I'm a dick nerd for that. All right. So, and does it accurately represent what was depicted in the recording?
Yes. Objection, form, lack of foundation.
All right, you want to approach? I'm not sure.
Sidebar.
All right.
The recording, Your Honor, is 5 hours long. She's not there for most of it. It's other people's voices.
So, I guess the question is, how can she say the whole thing is accurate if she wasn't there the whole time?
Well, I'm trying to indicate that she is...
Are we going to move it in?
Don't we already have parts of it in?
We do not, because there's other voices.
Well, let's do that now. Are we moving it in?
Yes, I'm moving in parts of Defendants 378.
What are the parts you're moving in? You're not moving in all 5 hours to the jury, are you?
No.
Thank fuck for that. But the parts you have, are they just...
There are other people. There are absolutely other people. I don't understand why that wouldn't be admissible.
Hearsay.
Well, if I'm understanding, it's not hearsay to see videos.
No, videos aren't statements, videos are pictures.
But recordings aren't statements here.
If there's hearsay inside recordings, it's hearsay.
Well, all right, well, then I'm moving to admit them, and...
Moving to...
I'm moving to admit the recording that I guess Your Honor is going to deny, but...
Objection. Hearsay.
The objection's hearsay. I'm going to sustain the objection. Miss Bredehoft, can you tell me the number of that, the exhibit number, so I can...
378.
Thank you. Thank you.
Open court. Good lord.
I'm gonna move it
My
anyway, even though
head.
I know you're gonna deny it, but I'm gonna move it anyway.
Oh my god. I can't with this woman. Jesus.
Well, now you can because you got more coming in.
So should we go up a little bit? I'm trying to understand what the objection is about.
This
Oh,
is
this
a
is
very
long. It's
statement.
really long.
It's just basically like pictures and shit. He just made a promise he was clean and sober. He was spilling shit on me. He spilled it on me again, something to that effect. And he gets up off the couch, and then Johnny's son says,
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor, not offered for the truth of the matter. It explains.
If you could approach, I just don't know.
Sidebar.
I just don't know what the statement is, so I can't say if it's for the truth or not of what did his son say.
His son is going to say, what his son's going to say is, do you need any help? And she's going to say, she looked pointedly at Johnny and said, no, thank you, Jack. And then she went into change, and that's when he came after her. So it fits that she said, no, thank you.
So you're saying hearsay.
Hearsay.
Why are you saying it's not?
This not offered to prove the truth of the matter. What he said, the fact that he said, do you need some help? It's not offered to prove that he wanted to help her.
What's it offered for?
It's to show the chain that he says, no, thank you. And she looks at Johnny, and that's what sets him off, and he beats her up.
Well, then it's for the truth of the matter.
Well, but it's not, because Jack is just saying, do you need some help?
All right, I'll overrule the objection.
Okay, thank you. Open court.
Holy fuck.
She's so dumb. It's not being offered for the truth. It's just being offered to say that he said it, and then she got beat up because he said it.
Can I ask a question? I've never really understood exactly what that means in terms of like, okay, like there are lots of objections. People don't always understand what they mean. So being offered for the truth of the matter, can you define that? So like just to understand it a little easier.
Well, it's relevant regardless of whether it's a true statement or not.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. Clear as mud.
Yes, I mean, well,
No, that makes sense.
it is to me.
So like, I'm trying to think of an example so that I just want to make sure that I fully comprehend it. So what's being said doesn't go to the veracity of the testimony. It's contextual. Yeah?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Is it hard to explain?
It's basically, is something that someone else is saying being used to prove the state of affairs or the existence of a statement of fact or something along those lines?
Yeah. I mean, the court just wants to I mean, the lawyer just wants the court to know what was said.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is what was said, not that it was a true statement, just that somebody said something. So, somebody's accused of stealing something from a pawn shop. And the prosecutor wants to say that, she wore a long coat. It was a hot day, as proof that she planned to steal whatever she stole from the pawn shop.
Okay.
So, Debbie, she wants to introduce the statement that said, it's going to be cold today. And so she doesn't plan to prove that it was actually a cold day. She just wants to introduce the statement to explain why she wore a long coat. Not that what the statement contains is true.
Oh,
just to
okay.
explain why somebody did something.
Okay, because that statement would go to evidence of intent.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. That makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because
So
I've never really understood that like clearly or fully. So thank you.
Yeah, you say it was somebody slid into the back of somebody. You say it's raining today, which may explain why they were driving slowly. But you don't care if that was a cause and effect thing. You just want to explain. Anyway, it's
got it. It's not being offered for the truth of the matter. Okay, I see what that means now. Thank you.
It's not being offered for the truth of the statement, I guess would be a better way of putting it.
Okay.
So where she's saying, do you need any help? It's not being introduced to show that she actually needed help. It just explains why he looked at her and then got beat up. Why she looked at him and then got beat up.
Got beat up. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Air quotes. It's hard to do air quotes when I'm painting my nails, so I'm like, I can't really do that.
Are we boring you, darling?
No, I just don't have a lot of lines. That's all. I'm multitasking.
Well, we're coming up on the end here. We might be at the end.
I was going to say, I thought that was the end.
That might be the end.
Is it the end?
It is. That was the end. Woo-hoo.
Oh, wow. We finished it.
Not bad.
Okay.
We only did 17 minutes over today. And tomorrow will be the next day. It's another long day. So let's all go round and round. What goes around comes around. Chandler, what do you got coming up, and where can we find you?
Good question. So, I don't have any streams that I'm doing on my own channel until Friday. Friday, I'm going to be doing my weekly F-Feminism stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have a special guest, Andrew Branca, attorney at law, and I am planning on introducing a new segment called Wicked Women Wednesdays. I believe that I will be introducing that next week, so that should be a lot of fun. We're going to be just talking about wicked women and the wicked things that they do. You can find me at Remy_legal. You can see under my name right there. And you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on YouTube, subscribe to me if you like my content. And I'll be here tomorrow for Depp Heard Sidebars. I will be here on Thursday for OJ Thursdays. So always happy to be on Jeff's channel.
Aussie Overlord. What do you got coming up, and where can we find you?
As always, Aussie Overlord over on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter. Oh, which reminds me, if there are like 10 people here that are not subscribed to my Twitter, I'm like 9 away from hitting 2,500 people. So if you could, that'd be great.
That's awesome.
I will be live in, oh shit, is that really the time? Like 7 hours? After I get some sleep, we will be talking about how Oktoberfest is under attack. We've got minks that are on the loose. We have a gentleman who set fire to his cousin/ex-girlfriend's car. And things are going to get interesting. Next week, Chandler is going to grace me with her presence as we talk about misandry bites, which I'm looking very much forward to. We've got new various segments that I'm sort of working into the show as I build them up. Today I introduced funny shit from Twitter, which seemed to get a bit of a laugh. Law news and laughter, guys. 7 p.m. Eastern, at least until daylight savings hit, and then it may move to 8. We shall see. I don't know whether it's going to go forwards or backwards. But as always, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I will see you over there.
Okay, and what we've got going on over here, of course, it's me, Legal Vices. You know that because you're here. We've got 692 folks here, 631 likes. That's a pretty darn good ratio today. What do we got coming up? Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be back here again doing day, 17, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, doing day 17, yes. We'll be doing day 17 tomorrow. And then Thursday will be OJ Thursday. Friday is probably going to be sort of a mix of a chill stream / update, because we got some more Murdoch updates. There's been supplemental filings by Murdoch's defense regarding the jury tampering. He's pleading guilty to federal charges in about 48 hours. And apparently they're going to recommend about 20 years, I think, or 30 years, something like that, for for his crimes, for his federal crimes. So we'll be doing that. There's some YNW Melly stuff we need to start talking about because that trial's coming up in a few weeks. So it's probably just going to be just a chill mix, like I said, mix of a chill stream and some news updates. And then Saturday morning my time or Asia time and Friday evening US time, Flux, Danny on Direct, and I will be doing an unexplained stream where we're going to be talking about mysterious shortwave number channels. What are they? What's the point of them? What's being conveyed? If you haven't heard them, they're still going, which is weird because shortwave doesn't really do much anymore with internet connection and whatnot. But there are these channels where it's just somebody somewhere just going 1, 2, 5, 7, 4, 3, beep, 2, 6, 8, 9, 1. Beep, just like repeating these numbers every so often.
And someone somewhere just got revealed as a sleeper agent. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, there you go. and that's one of the theories. And it's kind of an interesting thing. I used to listen to these number stations on shortwave and fall asleep when I was a kid because I have problems. I just thought they were fascinating. And then on Monday will be Maritime Monday. Hopefully, we'll have a special guest from Nomadic Watches, the founder of Nomadic Watches. You know, that's one of my vices. I'm sort of a watch collector, and it's a watch company in Belfast, Ireland. And they have a deeply maritime history there. They do a lot of deep sea diving, and they've had some maritime adventures. And Belfast, Ireland has an extensive and lengthy maritime history. Some of you may not know that the major shipbuilder in Belfast, Ireland, built the Titanic, and it's just down the street from the watch company. So we're going to be having the founder of the watch company on the channel to talk about that. And then on Tuesday next week, it'll be Tuesday evening. Well, Tuesday morning we'll be doing this again probably. Tuesday evening US time will be a very special very special stream with Zachariah Anderson, because Tuesday is I can't remember what the official designation of the day
Solomon
is.
Anderson, not Zachariah. Zachariah.
Solomon Anderson. Talking about Zachariah Anderson, thank you, because it's like wrongful conviction day or something like that. I can't remember what the exact title of the day is, but we're going to be talking about Zachariah Anderson that day, and we've got Strawberry scratching her face there. So that's what we've got coming up for the next week. All right, everybody. Mods, thank you for being so super moddy. Thank you for doing your job. You guys are awesome. You're great. Thank you to our special guests, Chandler Remington and Ozzy Overlord, for sharing their acting skills with us, their voiceover experience. Oh. And thank you for all of you in Legal Vices chat. The Vice Squad is the greatest chat out there. Thank you for your generosity today. And me, Chandler, Ozzy Overlord, Megan Fox, and hopefully the dogs will be seeing you all tomorrow. Give me a minute here once we start the outro music while I find somewhere to send y'all. And until tomorrow, make sure you enjoy your legal vices.